Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the This Might Mean Something podcast. This is part 2 of our travel experiences and stories and such. Last time was part 1. Last week was part 1. So if you want to go and start there, I suggest you go on back to last Wednesday and get that podcast going. We talked about our honeymoon and all the traveling chaos we had during that time. And today we have a couple other stories of just absolute craziness during travel. I think we want to start with a major a trip that we took. God, I'm tripping over all my words. I'm sorry. That's how today's gonna be.
Yeah.
Apparently. But last week we did start the part 1 for our travel experiences, where we talked about our trip to Europe for our honeymoon, and today we're gonna start with our California trip that we took. This was last year, wasn't it?
This was September of 2024. Yes.
Right. So almost exactly 1 year ago, like just off by a month almost. So
Yeah, about 10, 11 months ago, something like that.
Something like that. So yeah, we went to California last year. This was for TwitchCon. We were going for TwitchCon, but we went for the whole week. We didn't just go for the weekend TwitchCon was happening. We're not going to touch too much on TwitchCon. We want to save that for its own separate podcast because it can be its own separate podcast.
Yes.
Yes, very much so. So we flew out, Tuesday? The Tuesday of that week?
We flew out, if I remember correctly, the 17th of September, which was drum roll, please. Tuesday. Yep.
Tuesday, okay.
It was Tuesday.
I normally have more pictures of plane wings when we fly somewhere, but
the only picture I have is the Days Inn Wi-Fi.
The only picture I have is a Village Inn. So we have our pictures pulled up so we can kind of get our timeline straight and not be like, I think we did this, because this was a year ago. Our memories are not that good.
It was a year ago and a really long day.
It was a really long week. It was a good week, but the beginning was rough, to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to explain what happened that first fun-filled day? What was supposed to happen?
So,
first off,
our original plan, we would fly out there Tuesday afternoon.
Yep.
Okay. We were supposed to leave her parents' house, so Kysa's parents' house area. We dropped our cats off with them, left from where they live, okay, and flew to Denver. We're in North Carolina area. We were flying to Denver. On United, we were going to have a changeover of about an hour or so.
I think it started off as like an hour and 10 minutes or something like that.
Hour 10, hour and a half, something, doable with Denver. Doable, not, massively spaced out, but doable.
And I think the gates were supposed to be next to each other too, like at the beginning when everything was lining up. So that just made all this worse.
It was an hour and, to be exact, an hour and 8 minutes, according to my calendar at least.
Okay.
Layover. And then we were going to fly from Denver to San Diego. Okay. Our original plan was to do that, get to San Diego about 8:30 at night, get a rental car, and drive up from San Diego to Anaheim, which is not terrible. It's an hour or two drive.
Yeah.
And at 8, 9 o'clock at night, that was not going to be too bad. Go up there, park, get a hotel, go to Disney the next day. That was the original plan for the start of the week.
Not what happened.
Not in the slightest. So as we're boarding our United flight from our original departure airport, the captain comes over the PA and says, "Hey, we have some storms between us and Denver that we're going to have to sort of divert around. There's some pretty big storms and all. By the time we get there, Denver should be good, but we might be a little delayed in getting there." I'm thinking, okay, we might be, 20 minutes late or something like that. Or right on time, because airlines build in delays like that within their scheduling, right?
And we also have to remember, again, at this time, according to our app, the gate was like one gate away. Like they were like practically next to each other.
Yeah, it was like one or two gates away, something easy, nice and next to each other. We just had to stroll on down to our next gate.
A little delay was not like sweat worthy for us.
No, not originally.
Not in the slightest.
Apparently, this storm spread from El Paso to like Canada, apparently.
Yes.
I'm exaggerating with the Canada part, but it was close enough
I don't
to
think
where
you were.
they decided to go down around El Paso to reach Denver.
Yeah.
And if anybody even looks at a map, you should not cross over El Paso on your way to Denver from North Carolina, from
You should not
anywhere
see
on
Texas.
the East Coast.
No, you should not see Texas when going to Denver.
You might see the Panhandle.
No.
Not Central Texas.
You should not see Texas. You should not see Texas on both sides of the plane while going to Denver from the East Coast. Just end sentence. Done.
Honestly, we probably saw Mexico.
I would not be surprised if at some point we looked out our windows and were able to see Mexico. I don't think we actually did because we were invested in a movie, which we didn't finish.
Over the top of Mexico, but
we did finish the movie. We had the time, and the movie finished, but we didn't finish the movie. That will be explained here in a second.
On the way we're way out in the boondocks compared to where we should be.
Yeah.
And as we're getting closer, they're like, "Hey, we're gonna be pretty late compared to our original arrival time. We're gonna be, God, what was it, 40 minutes late compared to our arrival, and we have an hour and 10-minute layover."
Yeah.
And we're like 40 or 50 minutes late.
Yeah.
So that means we now have a 10 to 20 minute layover at best.
At best.
And we're looking at the app because we have the United Wi-Fi, the basic Wi-Fi at least on board. We're looking at the app and our gates change.
Yeah. This is the thing that really killed us.
Instead of being placed side by side, which would have been doable, we now had to change concourses in Denver.
Yeah.
Changing concourses is running about a mile because we got put at the end of one concourse and we had to run to pretty much the end of the next.
Yeah.
You have to run, and I'm not exaggerating this because I ran it almost the entire way.
Yeah, we both did.
You have to run a mile down to the middle of the concourse from one end.
Yep.
Take a tram over to the next concourse and run another mile up.
Yep.
I don't run, especially not miles.
Do you remember what the flight attendant said to us as we were about to land?
The flight attendant was making an announcement saying, "Hey, these are the close connections now because we are delayed. These are the close connections, San Diego being one of them." Pretty much saying, anyone who doesn't have a tight connection, please stay seated. For those who do, to get off first.
I don't know if you remember, but she specifically called out our flight. No, she specifically called out our flight. She said there were 6 passengers that needed to go to a whole nother terminal and had about 15 minutes to do so. So if anyone can, if everyone can just sit down and let those 6 passengers off, which we were 2 of those 6, she was like, if everyone can just wait for them to get off first, which was extremely nice of them, first off.
Yeah. And then she said, good luck.
No.
It's
She paused and she was like, to those 6 passengers, run. Like she had to be new. And she bless her heart, she was so sweet. Like, I felt so bad for her because I felt the panic in her voice, and I was like, I know she's not trying to panic us, but when she said run, I was like, oh
we're
no,
not making this connection.
no, not in the slightest. Like, that's what told me we had a
So,
long run ahead of us.
for reference, when we packed our bags, Kysa, my loving, amazing wife,
Hi.
and I will always listen to her with this one specifically.
Learned this a little too late,
She made
honey.
the comment. Pack an overnight set of clothes, toiletries. Do that in your carry-on, or
Yes.
at least clothes, right?
At least clothes.
We can get toiletries if we have to stay at a hotel. We get toiletries there.
Yes.
If we don't get our bags,
but they can't give you free underwear,
At least pack a spare change of clothes.
Yeah.
I said, no, I don't think so. We're fine. We have an hour layover. I don't need to pack those. I'll pack all the electronics in my bag.
Which still left room for, at least a thing of underwear, if nothing else. Which, if you can change your underwear, you're good on your other clothes. You're traveling. No one cares that you smell a little bit bad.
That.
You didn't.
Yeah, I don't even think I did that.
I know you didn't.
Nah.
Because you turned your underwear inside out. But that's getting ahead of the story.
We go running through the terminal when we get there. And when I say it's a mile down, I'm not exaggerating.
I think you're underestimating it.
They have
honestly.
those. Yeah, no, honestly, they have the walking paths that move you so that if you're running, you can run faster.
That's not what they're there for, but yeah.
We run down, get on the tram decently together. Get off the tram, and you told me go.
Yeah. Like, I think for the first, going through, so terminals were split into A, B, C. We landed in A at the very end of A, which was like gate 50 something. The tram was at 30 or something like that. So we had to run from the 50s to the 30s. And then our next plane that we had to meet was in terminal B in the 50s again. So we had to go all the way to
the same distance.
Yeah. So, and I'm going to completely call myself out here to get my ass like in shape at some point, but I was not in shape. I was a shape, but I was not in shape to do this run at this time.
Me neither.
You were better off.
I had a mission though.
Yeah, you had a mission, and you also have a little bit more stamina than I do.
A mission and be like.
So yeah. I think for like the first terminal, like the first like good bit of gates, I was actually ahead of you because I am decently fast for my soccer days.
You took off running, and then I just slowly passed you.
It was the tortoise in the hare, 100%. It was the tortoise in the hare. I was like adrenaline was pumping, and I was like, okay, I can do this. I used to run an 8-minute mile, and so I did a 5-minute and 50-something second mile in soccer when I was at my prime. I can do this. It'll be fine.
You probably did that day, honestly. For the first mile, you probably did that.
For the first mile, yeah. Like after that mile,
we both were in 5-minute miles.
Yeah.
Honestly.
We got to the tram. We got to the tram and I was dying. Like I was in a hoodie and sweatpants, and he was at least in a t-shirt and sweatpants. Yeah. You weren't. I don't think you were in a. I think you were in a t-shirt. I don't remember. I have no pictures.
I might have been wearing what I'm wearing today. Honestly.
Maybe. Either way, I got to Terminal B, and I was already falling behind when we got to the tram. Like Mike had to wait for me at the tram to get on. And I looked at him and I said, you run, you catch that plane, and I will be behind you as close as my fat butt can make it. Because I was like, this is telling me how out of shape I am. I was very disappointed in myself, but I digress. So I told Mike just
So
go at this point, and I'll
I
drag
go
my butt that
running.
way.
I go running down the terminal to get to the gate once we get off the tram. The rest of it's a blur other than the fact that I got to the terminal, went up to the gate, went up to the dude who was at the gate, the agent, and said, "My wife's coming. Can we still get on that airplane?" And he went to check. Okay. He
Which
went
was nice
down
of him.
the jetway to check because they had just closed the door from the terminal to the jetway.
Yeah.
He goes down to check, and I'm dying. Okay. I'm catching breath. I'm dying. I'm sweating. I don't see Kysa at all anywhere,
No.
but I know she's coming this way.
She was trying. She was
He
dying.
comes back
She was
up.
dying on the moving walkways.
Yeah. In the time that he goes down to check if they can still take packs, another group of like 3 or 4 people that were on our flight
Who also
show
passed
up.
me, by the way.
That was the 6 of us, pretty much. I was the lead one on all of it.
If you don't remember, one person never made it to the gate. I think they gave up before trying.
It was an old chick that just gave up. Said,
Yeah.
"Hey, I'm not gonna catch that.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that."
So 5 of us made it to this gate.
So he comes back up and he delivers the news that they had already closed the door by the time he got down there.
Yeah.
Once the door is closed on that airplane, for United at least, they cannot open it back up until it lands in its destination or, some other
Isn't
reason,
it pilot? Right? Isn't it pilot discretion? Like you have to ask the pilot at that point?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Nope. That is United policy.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
Once
that.
the door is closed for departure, unless there's like a security risk or something, safety related, once that door is closed for departure, it stays closed.
Fair enough. That makes me feel a little bit better towards the pilot because I always thought that it was the pilot's discretion, and the pilot was like, "No, you can't let those 5 people out." And I was like, "Man, f that guy."
No,
understandable, but
United
f that guy.
Policy.
Okay, that makes me feel a little better. A little bit.
Yeah. They go through the process. I'm like, seriously? And I knew from the United app that our bags were on the airplane already.
Yeah. Somehow they made it.
Yeah, they drove across the ramp.
They should have put us on there with it.
They honestly, yeah. I would have been like, "Hey, I'm a pilot. Here's my badge. This is my wife. Let's go." I would have been perfectly fine on the ramp. I've had SIDA clearance. You've had SIDA clearance. We've all had SIDA clearance. We could have gotten on that ramp probably so easily. Anyways,
man, you tell me this now.
No, we would have never been allowed.
I know.
I know how it is.
I know.
So, man, I would have been like, "Hey, I'll drive the tug for you." I mean,
we'll load the bags for you.
It's been a minute since I've driven with baggage. It's been a minute since I've driven the baggage carts around on a tug. Same. But hey, I can do it.
I know how to as well. I used to do it, and I knew how to load the bags. I can help. We would have been less sweaty than when we ran through the terminal.
Yeah. So we go through the process of we got 2 meal vouchers each because that was the last San Diego connection that day.
Also, United did not have to do this. Their policy, because it was an act of God that made us delayed, it was storms. It was not them. Like, they did not have to do anything for us. They were so nice. Honestly.
Well, so with their policy, they don't legally have to. But with their policy, because it was a delay of the flight that was leading up to that flight, like our connecting flight, because it was that was delayed, they provide lodging or accommodation.
I'm pretty sure they didn't have to because it was act of God. It wasn't like maintenance or anything. I'm pretty sure.
Doesn't matter. Their policy is if it is their airplane that causes the delay, they will provide accommodation.
Well, that's nice.
Now, it's relative. It is relative to the ticket you bought, because the other 5 people or 4 people, I'm pretty sure they had either premier or like first class.
Yeah.
They were staying at a 4 or 5 star hotel for free.
We were not.
We went to Days Inn because we went economy and went the cheapest route possible.
Do you
we got put in a Days Inn was the best hotel that I could have picked.
Do you remember how long it took us to get to the Days Inn?
Oh my God, it took like an hour.
We couldn't figure out the bus system that was to and from. Like this, okay. This hotel was 10 minutes away from this airport. There was no way that we sat in the right area for as long as we did, because for some reason, like, we couldn't figure out this bus. Like, I'm convinced this bus driver took like a 40-minute smoke break or something. He went to have dinner. Nope, something happened.
They were every 30 minutes because it was like a 15-minute drive and 15 minutes between loading and offloading.
So we had, but that still doesn't mean an hour. It's impossible for us to have missed him for an hour, though. But we were in the wrong area for a while. We had to have been in the wrong area for a while, though.
Probably.
Anyway.
So we get at the hotel, and we're given United provided 1 meal voucher each per meal that we would have to now pay for, right?
Yeah.
So it was what, $30?
Something like 30? That. It was like 20.
It was 20 or $30 each.
Yeah.
Or it might have been 15.
It doesn't matter.
I don't remember. It was like $15 to $30 each per meal. Okay.
Yeah.
The next flight out was at like 8 a.m. Right?
Yeah.
So we took the vouchers. We went to the hotel. Around the corner from the hotel was Village Tavern. They were able to take the payment vouchers.
Village Inn.
What?
It was a Village Inn.
Sorry.
Not a tavern. Inn.
Village Tavern is a different company.
Yes.
My mistake. Village Inn was right around the corner, so we went there for dinner.
That made the night better.
Which you enjoy.
Yes. That made the night better. Especially since we had to catch a moth in our hotel room.
Oh, yeah, there was a moth in our hotel.
There was a big freaking moth flying around our room.
I mostly blocked that hotel stay out because it was for like 6 hours.
There was a moth. We ate dinner. We fell asleep. We woke up. We rushed out. Although this was when you decided to tell me that you did not, in fact, take my advice. Like the next morning. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I didn't. Yeah. Nope. So, anyways,
always listen to your wife, people. Always listen to your wife.
We put a reservation in with the hotel for the ride back.
Yep.
When we got there, because they took it. And there were a lot of people that missed their flights that night, apparently, because everyone checking in was pretty much a United, because there were so many delays from that one storm.
Yeah. Big storm.
Did you notice that?
Storm. Yeah.
The storm went right over the top of Denver. So anything going into Denver was delayed.
Yeah.
No matter which way you came from.
Mm-hmm.
Magically, the plane we were supposed to be getting on did not get delayed the same that we did. I digress.
Yeah, that was another kick in the pants. Like, it was just like it was a perfect storm. You know, we were not supposed to see the middle of Texas.
We were delayed.
We were not supposed to see the middle of Texas. We were not supposed to have those gates get changed to be so far apart. We missed the gate by probably 10 seconds, and now we're in Denver.
Honestly, yeah, like a minute, if that.
Yeah, not even. Like,
they had probably just shut the door when he went down there.
If he had to go ask, they had just shut the door.
They didn't even pull the jet bridge away yet.
Well, you know.
Like, they had probably just shut the door when he went down there, and they were working on getting the jet bridge ready to pull.
If he had had a radio on his shoulder, we probably would have made it.
Yeah, but those gate agents don't.
Mm.
I worked. Do that.
I worked
You probably did
airlines.
when you worked at it because that's our company policy.
No, because other companies
That's
had
just the
them
way
too.
our
But
company
that's
works.
I digress. It doesn't matter. It happened. Whatever. So we get
Man,
up
you
at
work
the
near Allegiant. Allegiant is cheaper.
we woke up at the butt crack of dawn. Mike finds out or decides to tell me at that moment that he didn't even pack a spare pair of underwear like I at least told him to. Like I told him, if you do nothing else, I was like, if you do nothing else, if you don't pack any other clothes, at least do a spare pair of underwear. And he didn't even do that. Nope, he didn't even. So he turned his underwear inside out.
Honestly.
He turned them inside out.
I didn't even do that. I just threw it back on.
Oh, did you not? I thought you said you did. The hotel.
I don't remember.
The hotel nicely provided us with a 6-bristle toothbrush that hurt like hell to brush with, but it was a toothbrush.
Bristles.
It shed bristles.
Lost bristles as we brushed.
Yeah, it was fun because you would brush your teeth and then you'd be picking bristles out of your gums and you're like, gah. But it brushed your teeth, kind of. We got our butts back over to the airport at like 6:30, somewhere in that time frame. Got a Starbucks to ease the pain just a little bit and got on our next flight.
Used our meal vouchers on Starbucks and went and got on the next flight to San Diego at 8 a.m.
Yep. Butt crack of dawn. And at this point, we had to call all the hotel that we were staying at and get the rental car figured out. And it was,
The rental was easy to change. The hotel, we called them and they were like, hey, we'll go ahead. We can't really change it at this point, but we'll go ahead and like put you as checked in so that you don't lose the reservation and hold the room for you so that, we were supposed to get in there about 10 a.m. San Diego time? 10 or 11?
Yeah, at this point.
Because we were still flying to San Diego and driving up to Anaheim.
Yep.
So
this was cutting into our Disney time. I didn't appreciate that. Anyway.
Me neither. So we called the hotel that we were staying at and they said, hey, we'll go ahead and put you as checked in and we'll, leave the room reserved and ready to go for you. That way, when you get here in the morning, you just talk to either whoever did it, which it was the same guy at that point still.
Yeah.
Or someone and they'll pull up your room and go ahead and let you, pretty much like an early check-in, but we quote unquote checked in the night that we were supposed to. It made no difference to them. We just, we were just like, we can't really get there right now. We're in Denver. So
yeah, like we can't refund you, but we can hold the room for you. And that was enough for us, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, that was perfectly fine.
We didn't expect like a refund or anything like that. We just wanted to have a room when we got to Anaheim.
Yeah. And the rental car was easy to change. We could change that at any point, honestly.
Yep.
So we get to San Diego. We go to find our bags. In the process, I break one of the bags.
Oh my God. This Hulk over here just decided to rip the handles clean off our bag from Paris from the last episode that we bought, by the way.
It was a cheap bag.
I don't care. You broke our Paris bag. It's now the cat bag. So whenever the cats go to my parents now, that's their bag. So I mean, they upped the bag.
Just because they're the lightest ones out there.
And we don't have to travel with it now, so it's fine. But he rips the handle off. So he walks up to me as we're going to get our bags, which are being held by United because they came in the night before. And he walks up to me with a handle in one hand and the bag in the other. And I'm like, that's not how that's supposed to be.
So as I went to pull it, I'm pretty sure I dropped it on accident with the handle extended. And it dropped and broke the plastic on the top of the handle.
Yeah. It popped right off, like just the whole top T portion of the handle, just boing, gone.
Mm-hmm. We went to the rental car place, picked up our nice Tesla Model 3 rental car because California is so expensive with gas that we did not really. We could get a Tesla rental car for cheaper than most of the gas cars. Number one.
Yep.
Number two, the electric is cheaper than the $6, $7, $8 the gallon of gas. So
It worked out
We
beautifully,
said
honestly.
we said no brainer.
Yeah, give us the Tesla.
Yeah, give us the Tesla. Let us enjoy that. We
Hmm.
drive the hour and a half, hour,
It was like an hour and
I
a half,
think,
2 hours, something like that.
from San Diego up to Anaheim.
Mm-hmm. I'm guessing you're Google Maxing
Um,
this.
I am Google Mapsing this right now.
That's what I thought. We did the drive. Actually, I was kind of thankful we got to do the drive in the day. It was
Hour and
a
a
really
half.
pretty hour and a half. Okay, it was a really pretty drive though. Like honestly, and I
Mm-hmm.
got to drive
It
a
really
Tesla
was.
for like 90 minutes. That was kind of cool. I never drove a Tesla before. I felt like I was trying to
Yep.
learn how to drive all over again. Um, it has really different
Yep.
touches than a typical car. But that was the day we were going to Disney. That did not change just because we were delayed, just the time that we were going changed. So we drove that hour and a half to our hotel in Anaheim, checked in, beautiful hotel, really nice staff, like can't speak nicely enough of it. Like it was a really nice hotel, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Um
Yep. That was one that I stayed at before when my mother and I went to California. We stayed there for like a night or two,
Something like
and
that, yeah.
so I knew it. I knew it was a decent little hotel.
And it
A
was.
little
It
bit
was really
older, but not
nice.
not terrible.
No, it was really pretty. Like the lobby was super clean and really nice, and the rooms were very comfortable and very clean. Can't ask for much more than that. So
Right.
we park our Tesla, we go inside, get all our bags dropped off, and Mike, goes. We shower, we get ready for Disney because at this point it's like we've had zero sleep. We've traveled for the past 2 days. What better way to top all that off than go walk around for 50,000 steps or so? Right?
Disney.
Disney. And at the time we were going in September, so the Halloween event was going on. We walked around from the hotel to Disney, and the Halloween stuff was going on. So I mean, it all worked out. Honestly,
Yep.
it was just delayed and cut into our Disney time, but that's okay. That's okay. We have other times that we're gonna go to TwitchCon again. It will be fine.
Yep. So we walk around the corner to Disney because we're right down the road from it.
Couple
And
blocks.
September, like fall time and all in California is absolutely beautiful.
Oh yeah.
It's decently cool. Like I think it was 80 at most,
At worst.
at worst.
And it was like
Yeah,
80
it
with
was
a
decently
breeze.
cool. Yeah, beautiful breeze. We went to Disney. We spent a whole day at Disney
Mm-hmm.
and
Limped home.
limped home because we were
Disney.
tired and we walked a lot in Disney and yeah. Went back to the hotel and slept.
Oh my god. We slept. We went to bed early that night.
I think once we got back from Disney, we went to bed,
I think we showered
which
and went to
Disney doesn't
bed
say till like 10 or anything like that. Well, so one thing you got to think of as well is
for
time
3 hours
difference.
behind. Yeah. 3 hours behind?
4 hours.
Three. It's a 3 hour difference. It's definitely a 3 hour
Yeah.
difference because whenever I had to call my
See.
family in Seattle, it was 3 hours.
Okay, 3 hour difference.
Yep.
So 10 o'clock when Disney closes is 1 a.m. where we're from. And having have just spent one night in Denver, where it's only a 2 hour difference,
Yeah.
really throws you off.
Oh yeah.
So we sleep. We get out the next morning. The next morning, the next day, we're supposed to drive back to
Yeah.
San Diego.
So
Okay.
we were supposed to have one
Not
day
really.
where we didn't do this drive, but that didn't happen.
Yeah, so we were supposed to drive up there the night that we got in, spend the day at Disney the next day, and then drive back the following day. We ended up driving up there doing Disney all in one day, and then driving back the next day.
But before we drove
So-
back, we went on the GTA tour. Remember?
Yeah, we decided we went and got breakfast, charged the car up while we got breakfast at a really good um Filipino place
Oh,
there
so
in
good.
Anaheim area. Oh, so good. The breakfast was just absolutely amazing. And what was the things that they had?
So we went to
What was the
Lola's
sort of
by MFK. Lola's by MFK, yeah. Really
Rolos?
nice
Yep.
little breakfast place. I had like you had some French toast that was just like drowning in like chocolate and strawberries and whipped cream and just like
What was that sauce called?
oh, I have no clue.
I'm gonna look it up real
I have the
quick.
menu right here. If I can find it, I'll call it out. But otherwise, and I got like this was a gorgeous piece of like avocado
Ube.
toast. What?
Ube. It's
Oh.
ube. UBE. It is a purple yam.
Oh,
Is the
that's
fruit.
right.
It's like a purple yam jam almost, or sauce that was made. Um, they had it. I think I had it on French toast. That was so
Yes.
good.
You have,
Oh, it
I
was so
think,
good.
if I'm not mistaken, you had the ube tres leches French toast, which was French
Yes.
toast drenched in the ube tres leches sauce, topped with fresh fruit and toasted coconut shaved almonds, which sounds about right for
Yep.
you.
Yep.
And
That's what I
then
had.
I had the avocado toast, which is a lot easier to say, with thick cut toast, avocado mash, mixed greens, cherry tomatoes, salted eggs, shaved red onions, balsamic reduction with a sunny side up egg. And it was to die for. It was like a little salad on top of some French toast or on top of a thick slice of toast. It was so freaking good.
Yep.
We're going back there.
Yes. Next time we go, we're going there.
Yes. And then we did what I called the GTA grand tour of Santa Monica, right?
We went up and drove next to Santa Monica Pier,
Yep.
the GTA tour.
Yeah.
And then we drove down
I
through
had to
Beverly
peek.
Hills.
Yeah, I had to peek the
Boulevard or
Hollywood
something.
sign at least once. I just wanted to see
Yeah.
it. Maybe
Got
next
more
time.
Starbucks.
Yeah, maybe next time I'll get closer to the Hollywood sign because I really want to. But we got to see Paramount too. That was kind of cool.
Yeah. Yep. So drove down Hollywood Boulevard, and then eventually, when we decided, hey, we should probably get to San Diego, we drove down to San Diego,
Yeah.
which was another beautiful drive, as always.
I think we got back at like 5 p.m., which was the worst time to get back. But
We got down in there about 4 or 5 o'clock, which means we hit rush hour traffic going into San Diego, which
Head on.
surprisingly was not terrible,
no.
in my opinion.
No, it wasn't the worst. I've been in worse traffic in like smaller cities.
Yeah. So we get in, we go up in the parking garage next to our hotel, and we're staying downtown San Diego because we're going to TwitchCon.
Mm-hmm.
And we tow all the bags across the street. The parking garage was across the street.
Do you remember what I did? Do you remember how I checked out our car by accident on the way out? And you had to go repark it?
What did you do?
I think I paid for the parking when you were supposed to pay when you were leaving or something. But I'm used to the ones where you pay when you enter. So when I saw the machine, I was like, I need to pay for this. And then it said,
you just automatically paid, and I was like, no.
where I'm from in Florida, all of the parking garages, if the pay isn't at the exit in your car while you're in your car, it's like when you walk through that little room, you have to pay like on your way out.
You pay for so many hours, and that's how a lot of the public parking areas are. Yes.
So I assumed, which you know what happens when you assume things, I assumed that's how it was. It was not. So Mike had to go and repark the car after we just parked it. or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember what I did. I think we just went and left it, and I was like, we'll deal with it later.
I don't know, something. We were returning it soon.
Yeah. So we take all the bags across the street, and we're staying at a 4-star hotel. Okay. For me, I've done it before. Growing up, my dad had worked enough jobs where he traveled that he had points, and whenever we went on family vacations, he would have enough points to get either discounted or free stays at 4-star hotels. Right?
Mm-hmm.
For Kysa, this was a completely new experience.
Yeah, you don't. I know.
And I'm like, yeah, we're going up to the what were we on? Like the 13th, 14th floor?
We were near the
14th or
top
15th?
floor. We were near the top
Yeah,
floor.
we were like 2 floors down from the top.
It was tall.
And
I don't remember how many floors
this was
it was.
This was with TwitchCon pricing. We got it about half off. Honestly,
yeah.
It was really cheap. Like it was going to be either $600 a night or like $200 to $300 a night.
Something like that.
With TwitchCon pricing. So I said, we're doing that. I'm putting it on my points account and I'm getting all these points for it. So we spent like, I think it was only $1,000 for like a 5-night stay.
Yeah, it was not bad.
It was really, really inexpensive for what it was. And you were just like, holy crap. Like, this is a really nice. What do you mean we have this 15th floor stay, or you have to swipe the key card to go up the elevator?
They had cheese and wine hour. They had an hour where if you were a guest there, you could just go and have free cheese and wine next to like the 12th story pool or like the 5th story pool. Like what are you talking about? Whatever. It was fancy.
It was a happy hour, wine happy hour, where it was fancy. Wine. Yeah. Yep.
Look, the Days Inn was fancy. Not really. No, I can't even pull that off. No,
we had British Airways international pilots stay at our hotel.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
Leaving, going to catch their flight with a whole crew.
Yep.
I'm like, it's a nice hotel.
It is a very nice hotel. I was very impressed with it. That first night, we also had a special dinner, if you remember.
Yeah. So first off, when we got up to the hotel room, you were taken aback by the fact that you swiped the card or tapped the card to go up the elevator.
I'm easily entertained, okay?
And then you were even more surprised when the TV had our names on it. Or my name or whoever's name on it.
I am easily impressed, like, okay?
Whoa.
Like...
And I'm just like, we're dropping these bags off. We're going back out to the car and we're going to go check in for TwitchCon. And we're going to go return the car and get a ride back.
Yep. I forgot we checked in that day.
Yep. So we drop our bags off, use the bathroom, all that stuff, go back down, get in the car, leave the garage, drive down the road, park in the convention center parking lot, and go check in for TwitchCon. Which is, takes like 5-10 minutes, realistically.
We were also affiliates, so the line did move faster for us than others. We got into the affiliate line. If there was also like the standard guest line for people who weren't Twitch streamers at all and were just going for funsies or weren't affiliated yet. And they had a longer line. It was a lot longer of a line. So we had a little bit of an easier experience, thankfully.
Yeah, we got in, got our goodie bags and our badges, which I have my badge hanging up on my wall behind me.
I need to get my badge out. I don't have it out.
And then we went and returned the car, got an Uber back to the hotel, and went and found dinner.
Yep.
If you're not aware, obviously I'm a pilot. Right. We talked about that the first time.
I think we're all too painfully aware of that one.
Every pilot, every pilot almost has to be a fan of Top Gun.
Or
Okay.
at least have seen it and can respect it for what it is.
Seen it, respect it. We all listen to Highway to the Danger Zone in our, just whenever.
Yeah. You
Top
call
Gun was
your
filmed-
co-pilot Goose. It's the whole thing.
Yeah, Top Gun was filmed in San Diego for a good chunk of it.
Yeah.
Specifically, goodness gracious, great balls of fire. The bar scene, or the bar scenes, I want to say,
Yeah. There was multiple.
were filmed at a little barbecue place in San Diego over next to the water and next to the mall now, at least. I don't know if it was before. And it is clearly labeled, and they proudly show off that they were the place for filming, or they were a spot of filming for Top Gun, for the original Top Gun.
So the place is called Kansas City Barbecue, ironically. I don't know. It's called Kansas City Barbecue. All of their signs out front, they have a huge banner out front that says Top Gun location. They had movie posters of Top Gun. You go inside, they have the piano where he sings Great Balls of Fire at. There's Top Gun posters and pictures and autographs and everything that you can imagine that can fit on a wall, and every square inch of wall is covered in Top Gun and just other pilot pictures and aircraft memorabilia and stuff. It's just all over.
It's one of those mom and pop sort of style restaurants where it especially country, if you're in the South or in the country and you go into a little mom and pop restaurant, most of the time they're going to have all their memorabilia and all that tells their story up on the walls. Or I've seen them with just license plate collections, hey,
and there was license plates on this one.
There's license plates on this one. It's the same sort of thing, especially if they have history there that has to do with either local or this one being national/international repertoire, right? So it was a nice little place, and their food was freaking good.
It was really good food. Honestly.
It was really good food for being a, I would say it's a tourist spot because that's what they boast. But for the food to be good on top of that was just icing on the cake. We went to be oh, it's a cool, they filmed Top Gun here.
You
We're
expect
getting
the food to be
dinner here.
mediocre.
It's okay
at
food.
best. Yeah.
The barbecue was actually pretty damn good.
It was really good.
Did we get the mac and cheese balls and all? And those
I think so. Yeah, we did.
Oh,
but my one complaint was that this place was the camera really made it look a lot bigger than it was. It was a very tight packed place. That would be my only complaint about it. You are very easily bumping people if you have any sort of purse or backpack, or just are a bigger person in general, which I was all three. So I mean, it's just a very, very tight space. And the camera made it look fantastically huge and open. So I don't know how the camera did that. That it lied to us, but really good food. Really good food.
Yeah. Yep.
And the bar was popping.
It was definitely a small. It wasn't popping, but it was busy. It was a Thursday night. You're starting to get into your weekend and all, and you have your regulars and all there. So. So yeah, good food there.
Very.
Do you want to save TwitchCon for later, right?
Yes. So Wednesday we went, or no, this is Friday. Sorry, not Wednesday. This is Friday at this point. We go to TwitchCon for day one. Lots of fun, lots of panels, opening day. We will touch more on actual TwitchCon experience when we have that specific podcast. We walked around, did the whole convention thing. Surprisingly, spoilers, neither of us got the con flu. I was very proud of us. I was very proud of us. I was expecting one of us to get the con flu, especially with having like a day or two after the convention before we flew home. I was 100% one of us going home, like on the plane, just like just gross. And somehow we both avoided it. So pat on the back, good job us. Convention center was beautiful. Opening ceremonies were beautiful. They did a whole thing where they donated money to like a sanctuary and all that. It was great. Didn't really do much else outside of TwitchCon on Friday. Saturday, we woke up stupidly early to do TwitchCon Part 2. And again, we'll go into details about this in another episode. But we decided to go to MCC, which was hosted at TwitchCon that day. We went around, did some panels. I think that was the day that we really walked the artist alley and all that. Saturday night. So. Saturday night. Do you remember what happened after TwitchCon? You can say no.
Was that the block party or was that Sunday?
That was we didn't do the block party.
Saturday was the block party.
Yeah, but much. You and I had something happen Saturday evening, and it was
that the freaking sushi night where we went over to sushi?
Yes. So catty corner to our hotel, like catty corner to our hotel. We had a little sushi joint, and we were like, we both love sushi. So we were like, let's go get some nice sushi and relax, and our feet hurt. So let's just sit down and enjoy. First off, the loudest sushi environment I've ever been in. Dear God, they were blasting K-pop and J-pop music, and like Blackpink was all over the place, Super Junior was all over the place, BTS was all over the place, other bands I've never heard of were all over. Several different TVs playing several different songs, all at the same level at the same time. It was very overwhelming, but the sushi was really good. So I mean, what it is,
and really expensive,
really good. But while we were in the sushi and eating, we start hearing sirens and all. And they pull up right next to our hotel. Like we can, again, catty corner from our hotel, so we can see what's happening. And like ambulances show up, and like all these sirens are coming, and like police officers. We had walked around the corner at one point before dinner to walk to our hotel from like a convenience store or something like that. And we saw this guy taking a nap there was a lot of homeless guys, and they really liked this one little corner right next to the House of Blues. That was like right next to our hotel.
It's San Diego. The homeless are everywhere. California in general, California cities are really bad about the homeless populations.
Yeah.
San Diego is pretty bad in terms of homeless.
None of them bothered anybody though. Like no one came up to you or anything. They just kind of did their thing.
Really. Yeah. But,
like typically when you're walking a big city, if you see homeless people, you can kind of get a little like weary of where you are. I never felt unsafe near our hotel. And there was like, they congregated like right in this little corner.
Yep.
So, but we saw a guy taking a nap next to our hotel. It was like our hotel, House of Blues, and then the street. So between the House of Blues and the street, there was a wall, and they really liked to sit at that wall. There was a homeless guy taking a nap there. We got ready. We went to dinner. All the sirens and everything start happening as we're eating. And they were loud. You could hear them over all the K-pop, J-pop, and all the other pops very clearly. Mm-hmm. And we look over, and we're pretty sure someone lost their life. The same guy that was taking a nap, unfortunately, napped for the rest of his life over there. Unfortunately,
yep, probably OD'd or something like that.
Something
more than likely.
But it was just one of those moments where you're like, you're sitting there eating dinner, and you're like, oh my God, something happened at our hotel, because for a moment I thought something bad happened at our hotel or at the House of Blues right next to it.
Uh-huh.
And then
And then they're
I
clearing out
realized
the homeless.
yeah, they're clearing out the homeless, and then I realized there's one homeless guy that is just like not waking up.
He's getting checked out by medics.
Yeah.
He's not getting woken up by the police, nothing like that. Like,
Yeah.
I
So
don't remember, did we see a body bag or not?
I think he got swept away by the gurney, and I don't think he was
Responsive.
yeah, I think they were trying to save his life. So hopefully something good came from that and he ended up surviving. Hopefully he got the help he needed and he made it through. But it was just a very jarring moment while we were finishing a very long day with sushi and right in front of our hotel. Like,
Yep.
and there's a block party happening like 3 blocks away for TwitchCon itself.
Yeah.
Which I'm very glad we did not go to, because apparently that got like crazy.
Yeah, you get a bunch of people who spend nothing but their lives online, and you give them free food. Well,
I'm pretty sure there was
prepaid
alcohol.
food and alcohol, and it's not going to go well. It doesn't typically go super well if you give massive crowds like that food and alcohol.
I don't think I could ever like go to one of those. Maybe I will one day. I don't know. I'm too old for that.
I'm good.
Anyway,
I'm good.
I'm not in my early 20s anymore. Let those kids enjoy. Anyway, I'm not that old.
Right.
Anyway, so I just feel old. So after that experience, we went back to the hotel, fell asleep, woke up for day 3 of TwitchCon, which was a very relaxing day, honestly. Like that day was very meander around. We had another hermit craft thing to go to a couple panels. This was the first day that we split up on doing panels.
Did we do a hermit craft thing that day? I don't think we did.
No, ignore me.
No,
because that was the day. I was thinking after MCC when they did that sit down Q&A panel. Never mind.
Saturday.
Yeah, that was Saturday. But we walked around. We did some artist gallery stuff and went to a couple of the just sit down and talk and listen to like partners and stuff like that on Twitch and all those panels and everything. We watched one guy steal 2 bikes on the way back. That was a thing. After TwitchCon.
Yeah.
We watched this guy just like steal 2 bikes, and I was like, okay, whatever.
It is what it is. Whatever. Just ignore it and keep going.
Yep.
Yeah, and then what did we do that night? Did we get?
I have no pictures, so we obviously didn't do anything. I think we just got Jimmy Johnson like watch TV and bed.
That's the day we had Cheesecake Factory for lunch.
Yes. I mean, we walked to Cheesecake Factory for lunch, and then we were just like, I'm tired. You have to remember at this point we had Disney and then 3 days of conventions, which if you have ever walked around a convention, you know it's just as bad as Disney, walking wise. And we were walking to and from our hotel, which was about 10 blocks ish. So there was
it was like 7.
7 to
5
10,
to
whatever.
7. 5 to 7.
Regardless, it was a lot of walking. So, of course, the next day, we decided that all that walking was weak and wanted to up our steps even more.
San Diego Zoo.
Yeah. This was a week of pain. It was good pain. Don't get me wrong. 100% would do it again. 10 out of 10. My feet hurt so bad. Yes, my feet hurt so bad. So bad. But we went to the San Diego Zoo, which was breathtaking. My mom went there years ago in 2008, I want to say. And she brought me back a little stuffed polar bear. And that's when I got my obsession with polar bears. So I was like, oh my God, I have to go to the San Diego Zoo because she raved about it when she came back. She was telling me how great it was. And I wanted to see the dang polar bears.
Right.
They were hiding. Anyway, so I was very sad.
Yep. It was hot out. It was hot for them.
And they don't like hot. So we walked around and we saw the zebras and the antelopes and the jackals and the hogs. And we saw a llama being walked down the street on a leash like a dog. That was cool. 100% thought I was going to be spat at because I just have that thought that everything wants to spit at me. Animals like to aim their bodily fluids typically at me, mostly birds. You can't say that's wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lots of pictures of elephants. Lots of elephant time. I love watching the elephants, all the groundhogs. Got to see the capybaras. The turtles were fun. We were walking around the turtle exhibit and we just hear them having happy fun times, if you get what I'm putting down. Yeah. That video with the turtle and the croc, like the shoe, the croc. Yeah, we got to watch that in real life, but with another turtle. Yeah.
We got to watch it in real life. It was
had
hilarious.
Baby meerkats. They were so cute and running around. They wanted their food. It was so adorable. Bobcats, flamingos. They had everything there. It was a really great zoo.
Yeah. Yep. It was a really great zoo. It was really big. They had pandas. We saw the pandas. We did all the zoo things that you do at the zoo.
Reptile exhibit.
That's the best way I could put it.
Lots of animals. Like, if you ever get the chance to go, they have like Galapagos tortoises and everything like that. They just had a lot of really cool animals that don't appear often at zoos.
And it is a massive zoo for being in the middle of San Diego, honestly.
We didn't get to see all of it. If you remember, we avoided like half of it just because it was such a long day and we didn't have the time. I got really good pictures of the turtles doing each other. I got like really clear pictures of that. Dear God. But yeah, we spent like, God, we spent a good, like, most of the day at that zoo on Monday.
Yep.
And
then
what do we do after that?
I mean, we went back to the hotel, packed our stuff, and flew out the next morning, I believe.
I want to say you're right. I think we did fly back the next morning. I thought we stayed till Wednesday, but I think you're right.
Let me see. September. We flew out Tuesday. It was Tuesday to Tuesday.
No, you're right, because the next day we had to go with my dad to his thing. That's right.
Yep. We stayed with your parents for a day there and then drove back Wednesday. Because we left, so we flew through Chicago and we did not get back till 10 o'clock our time, local. It was 10 a.m., about 10 a.m. San Diego to 10 p.m. North Carolina. And long day of travel.
Really long day of travel. Really long week of traveling and lots of walking. Oh my God.
Yep.
So much walking. My feet were so tired. Like, I don't know how you drove home. My feet were so tired. I can't imagine how much yours were in pain.
Yep.
But yeah, that we want to talk specifically about TwitchCon because if we tried to fit it into this podcast, this would be like a 2.5 hour long podcast. It's already over an hour.
Yeah.
So
We'll talk about TwitchCon another time, maybe next time. I'm not sure.
Maybe we'll see how we feel about that. I know we said we were going to talk about other traveling, but I think we filled the podcast. Honestly,
good on traveling. We're good on traveling. We need to talk about TwitchCon, and maybe talk about. We'll probably talk about TwitchCon or future plans for TwitchCon for us.
We can put both of those into one podcast, honestly. You want to do that next episode?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do that.
So next episode will be TwitchCon, since we had our 2 parts travel. And maybe in the future we'll sit down before like an episode and write out a list of like travel experiences we didn't have together, because we never touched about our trip to Texas, but that wasn't really that crazy or exciting. It was exciting for us, but it wouldn't be exciting to listen to, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
So I think next time we'll talk about TwitchCon and hopefully our plans for TwitchCon in the future, as we are still both affiliates on Twitch and hopefully climbing on that to get to partnership eventually.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. But I think that's next time or next week. So if you haven't listened to part 1 of travel, go on back to that last week for our adventures through Europe for our honeymoon. And we will see you next week for TwitchCon. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Have a good one.
Bye.